Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series on analog communication. Present we are going to discuss about unit 3 angle modulation. So before discussing about the angle modulation, let us revise what we have discussed in the last 2 units. The first concept what we have discussed is introduction to communication system. Communication is nothing but exchange of information from one place to the another place. For a better communication, we have to modulate the input message signal, and we have learned about the modulation. Modulation is nothing but process of changing the characteristics of high frequency carrier signal with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. And then by doing the modulation, we can multiplex the various signals and transmit over a single channel. Under this, we have discussed the frequency division multiplexing, where the entire channel bandwidth is dividing into n number of users. Each user will transmit the information with different carrier frequencies. All these carrier frequencies will be multiplexed are combined and transmitted over a single channel. At the receiver side, we can able to distinguish the or separate the frequencies and deliver to the respective destinations. And then we have discussed the amplitude modulation, where the amplitude of the carrier signal is varied with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. We are transmitting the carrier and whose carrier amplitude is changed with respect to the message signal. That means we have embedded the information on the amplitude of the carrier signal. And then DSB-SC, we have seen what are the drawbacks by sending the carrier along with the message signal, separate carrier. The carrier itself is taking more power. So that's why we move to the double sideband suppressed carrier. We have suppressed the carrier. Now the entire power is utilized by the upper sideband as well as lower sideband. And the upper sideband and lower sideband which carries the same information. And again, we are not utilizing the bandwidth, channel bandwidth effectively. The same information we are sending in 2 bands, upper sideband as well as lower sideband. Now again, we move to SSB-SC modulation, where we are filtering one of the sideband, and that sideband we are going to transmit over the channel. And in SSB, we are affecting utilization of the channel bandwidth, and we are not wasting our power like in AM. And this SSB is most suitable to the voice communication, especially in telephone. And then to transmit the video or to modulate the video signal, we have seen VSB, vestigial sideband modulation. Part of the sideband is removed, and we have seen how the video signal is modulated. Especially the VSB modulation is used for the video transmission or video modulation. And in television especially, we used to transmit video signal as well as audio signal. For video transmission, we are using VSB modulation, and for audio transmission, we are going to use FM signal, frequency modulated signal. And that we are going to discuss in this unit. And when it comes to angle modulation, let us say the signal, the carrier signal C of t is equal to AC cos omega ct plus phi. Now this is related to the frequency and this one is related to phase and this put together I can call it as angle. The cos of something is nothing but an angle. Now that I am going to modulate. That means I am going to modulate either frequency or phase. And now you can define the angle modulation, the process of changing the angle of the carrier, right? The process of changing the angle of the carrier is with respect to the message signal. Angle means either frequency or phase. Now that's what we have seen. This is two types basically, and one is the frequency modulation and another one is phase modulation. If the frequency of the carrier signal is varies with respect to the message signal, I can call it as frequency modulation. If the phase of the carrier is varied with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal, I can call it as phase modulation. The definitions are very simple. And these two almost similar. The characteristics and waveforms are almost similar, right? And that's why we are discussing here only the frequency modulation, and we'll try to differentiate and we'll try to figure it out the differences between the frequency modulation and phase modulation, and we will discuss elaborately the frequency modulation. Now as I told you, the carrier signal C of t is nothing but AC cos of omega ct plus phi. And now this is amplitude, this is frequency, and this one is phase. If the amplitude of the carrier signal is varies, then I can call it as amplitude modulation. If the frequency of the carrier signal is varies, I can call it as frequency modulation. If the phase of the carrier is varies with respect to the message signal, I can call it as phase modulation, right? And now here I am representing the y of t is nothing but the modulated signal, which is, now if you see this is similar to the carrier. Now I am not changing any amplitude of the carrier because I am focusing on the frequency. Now only omega of tt, that means this function is varying with respect to time. This function is varying with respect to time, and now this is constant. Now the amplitude and phase is constant, and now only the frequency is varying with respect to time in the frequency modulation. Whereas in phase modulation, as I told you the definition, phase of the carrier changes with respect to the modulating signal or message signal or baseband signal. And now the generalized expression of phase modulated signal is, now the carrier is same as amplitude of the modulated signal is same as the carrier, and frequency of the modulated signal is also same as carrier, and the only change here is the phase of the signal, phase phi of t, right? Only the change is phase of the with respect to time. The phase will vary with respect to time. Now that I can call it as phase modulation. Remember this. Frequency varies, amplitude and phase is no change, phase vary, carrier and amplitude no change. Now if one parameter changes, the angle will be changed. If one parameter changes, the angle will be changed. And now this theta of t is increases with respect to time. Now what is theta of t? Earlier I have written C of t is equal to AC cos omega ct plus phi. And now this angle I am taking it as theta of t, which is equal to omega ct plus phi. That's it. That angle I am taking it as theta of t, that also increases with respect to time. Okay. Now the instantaneous frequency of angle modulated wave is, now this I am doing for frequency modulation. Now whenever the phase is 0 at time t is equal to 0, the phase is constant. Let me say for a particular time the phase is constant. If the phase is constant, then how can I get the modulated signal from this expression? By differentiating. If I differentiate, this will become vanish and only omega c will come into picture. Now if I differentiate this, what I am going to get? d of theta of t by dt. I am differentiating with respect to time. If I differentiate, what I am going to get? Only omega c. Right? Omega c. And then that will be 0. And now that omega c is nothing but 2 pi fit. That means why I am differentiating this? To get the frequency modulation. If I get the frequency modulation, that is called as instantaneous frequency, right? After differentiating, whatever I am going to get is instantaneous frequency, right? What I am going to get is instantaneous frequency. And from this, what is my instantaneous frequency, right? So d theta of t by dt, which is equal to 2 pi into fi, right? I have given omega c. Omega c becomes, changes to what? Omega I. It becomes omega I if I differentiate, right? Changes will come into picture, right? Frequency means carrier frequency changes. That change of frequency I am representing as omega I. Fine. And that omega I can represent it as 2 pi fi, and from this fi is equal to 1 by 2 pi into d theta of t by dt. From this expression, if I want to find out the theta of t, which is equal to 2 pi into integral fi. So from this expression, if I want to calculate the theta of t, now differentiation I am bringing here, right? That means 2 pi into integral fi. Now remember this expression, right? And what are its advantages? Right? The first one is noise reduction. What we have done in the amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier is carrying the information in amplitude modulation. Amplitude of the carrier is carrying the information. Whenever the noise affects the modulated signal, right? Noise affected the modulated signal. The only amplitude will be affected. Amplitude of the modulated signal will be affected. The effect of noise is very high in the amplitude modulation. Why? Because the amplitude is carrying the information. Whereas in frequency modulation, the frequency is carrying the information, the frequency never gets affected by noise. Whereas the amplitude of frequency modulated signal is constant. Now effect of noise is very less in the frequency modulation. That is the best advantage, right? Next one is improving system fidelity and efficient use of power. Whereas in AM, whenever the message signal is high, the modulated signal amplitude also very high. I am transmitting more power as well as I am transmitting extra carrier in AM, that also reduces the message power carried out by the message. Now whereas here I am not transmitting extra carrier and even the modulated signal amplitude is constant. So that's why efficient use of power. And the applications where we can use radio broadcasting, right? Whereas FM stations, right, operates the frequency range of 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. All FM stations will utilize this frequency modulation. And TV sound transmission, as I told you earlier, for video transmission we are using VSB, vestigial sideband modulation. For transmission of audio, right, we are using FM, right, where for FM the bandwidth is high, right, all the possible frequencies we can transmit, all the audio frequency ranges, right, all the audio frequency components we can transmit because of bandwidth, more bandwidth. And then even we can use in cellular radio. So these are the major applications of FM and major advantage of FM. So let us move to the frequency modulation. What is exactly the frequency modulation? So what exactly the frequency modulation is? The frequency of the carrier signal is varied with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. Now let us say this is my carrier signal, the green color is carrier signal and the red color is message, like a voice signal you can imagine. And now whereas in amplitude modulation, whenever the message signal amplitude is high, the amplitude of the modulated signal high. Whenever the message signal amplitude is low, the amplitude of the modulated signal is also low. But here we are doing the frequency modulation, right? Now this is a carrier, the green color signal is a carrier, high frequency carrier, and the red color is a message signal, and the blue one is modulated signal, frequency modulated signal. Now this is FM signal. If you observe whenever message signal is low, whenever the message signal is low, the frequency is low, is similar to the amplitude. Message signal high, amplitude of the modulated signal is high. Here whenever message signal is low, the frequency is low. It's the cycles which are wider apart. Whenever the message signal is high, if you see, it is compressed. The time taken for one full cycle is very less. That means the frequency is high. Now here maximum frequency, here minimum frequency. Here the maximum, here the minimum. Again message signal is low, minimum frequency. Message signal is maximum frequency. And that maxima and minima is with respect to the message signal. Maxima frequency or minima frequency is with respect to the message signal. So that's why the instantaneous frequency, which is equal to FC, that means carrier frequency plus Kf into m of t. Now this is following this expression. Now if you want to calculate at this instant the frequency, at this instant the frequency m of t is high. If m of t is high, fi is also high. Fi high means it is compressed, the wave is compressed. Now at this instant, at that instant, message signal is low. Message signal is low. When message signal is low, my Fi is also low. That's why it is wider apart. Now the instantaneous frequency or modulated frequency which follows the Fc plus Kf into Mt. The units for I is hertz. Now m of t is, the units for m of t is volts. Okay. Now the units for Kf is nothing but frequency sensitivity. Like similarly we have seen in Ka in amplitude modulation, amplitude sensitivity. Now similarly Kf, frequency sensitivity. The units for Kf is hertz per volt. If this is hertz per volt and hertz per volt into volt gets cancelled and this becomes hertz. Now this satisfies the expression. So that is why the units for Kf must be, right, hertz per volt. Kf is nothing but frequency sensitivity. So all the time the instantaneous frequency is follows this one. Instantaneous frequency means at this particular instance what should be the frequency. That means at the particular instant message what should be the frequency. At this particular instant message what should be the frequency, modulated frequency. Now that is depending on Fi is equal to Fc plus Kf into m of t. Remember this. And now in the previous expression, C of t is equal to AC cos omega ct plus phi. Now this I have written it as theta I or theta, right? Now let me take it as theta. AC cos omega ct plus phi, which is equal to C of t. This also I can write it as AC cos theta. Now theta is equal to omega ct plus phi. Now if I want frequency modulated signal, I have to differentiate this. So from this angle I have to differentiate from your basic plus 2 knowledge. If you differentiate the angle you will get the frequency. Okay. Now if I differentiate d theta of t by dt, which is equal to 2 pi of I. Now this is instantaneous and this is also instantaneous. And now from theta I of t is equal to, what is theta I of t is equal to 2 pi into, at integrate with respect to 0 to t into Fi. Now this is my expression for theta I of t. Now if I substitute theta I of t, now this becomes the modulated signal. And what modulated signal this is? Because I have differentiated this one, okay, to get the frequency modulated signal. Now if I substitute in place of theta, this theta I, and that becomes the modulated signal. Okay. And now what is Fi? From the earlier explanation in frequency modulation, Fi is equal to always Fc plus kf into m of t. Now that I am going to substitute in the theta I of t. Later this I will replace in here, right? Now I will get the FM signal. Now FM signal is equal to S of t is equal to AC cos theta I of t, right? This is theta of t. AC cos theta I of t is my modulated FM signal, right? Only this one is changing. If I differentiate that, I'll get the frequency modulation. That's what I have done. I have differentiated. I'm going to get the frequency modulated signal. Now I'm substituting that in this, right? So that means theta I of t is equal to 2 pi into integral 0 to t fc plus kf into m of t. Now taking out the constants, this is 2 pi fc plus 2 pi into integral 2 pi into kf. Now I have to integrate only the message signal m of t dt. That's it, right? So what I have done, what is fc? From the earlier explanation, from the graphical representation, fi is equal to fc plus kf into m of t, and that I have substituted in the expression 1. That I have substituted in the expression 1. After substituting, I am getting this, right? Now the final expression is theta I of t is equal to 2 pi fc plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. And now I need the modulated signal for FM. S of t is equal to, what is S of t is equal to? AC cos two pi fc. Now if I integrate this, I will get fct, right? Integral 0 to t fc, it is a constant. Fct I will get, right? 2 pi fct plus 2 pi into kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. Now this is the signal. I can call it as frequency modulated signal, and simply the mathematical expression for FM signal. What is the mathematical expression for FM signal? S of t is equal to AC cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. How do I get that signal? I have just differentiated the angle, and after differentiation, I have substituted the instantaneous frequency, right? If I substitute instantaneous frequency, I will get the frequency modulated signal, mathematical expression, right? This you should remember, right? And then we will discuss about a single tone modulation. So one frequency component which you are going to consider for m of t. Now m of t is equal to am cos 2 pi fmt. If I take single frequency component, that I can call it as single tone modulation, as we have already discussed in the amplitude modulation. Now what is the FM signal mathematical expression for single tone modulation, which we are going to see now? Now what is the expression for S of t? Generalized expression for S of t for frequency modulation, right? That I am going to write here. S of t is equal to AC cos of 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. Now I have to substitute this m of t here. Then you are going to get the expression for the singleton modulation. Okay. Now S of t is equal to AC into cos of 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t cos 2 pi fmt dt. Now what is the integration for cos 2 pi fmt dt? If we do that, we will get the modulated signal. Cos of 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf. Cos becomes sin 2 pi fmt divided by 2 pi fm. That's it. Okay. And now which is equal to AC cos of 2 pi fct plus, and now this 2 pi fct will get cancelled. 2 pi and this 2 pi will get cancelled, and this is am cos 2 pi fmt, right? So that I have not represented. You will get am here and you will get am here, right? So what is this? M of t is equal to am cos 2 pi fmt, and this becomes am cos 2 pi fmt dt, and then I have taken the same. That means am sin 2 pi fmt by 2 pi fm, right? So this 2 pi and this 2 pi will get cancelled, and then this plus what I am going to get? Am into kf divided by fm into sin 2 pi fmt. That's it. Okay. Now this is your singleton modulation expression. Now this am into kf, I can call it as frequency deviation. Based on that, the frequency is total frequency changes, right? Based on this, that's why this is am into kf. Kf means frequency sensitivity. Delta f means frequency deviation. Now this becomes delta f, and then how can I write the expression? S of t, singleton expression is cos 2 pi fct plus delta f by fm into sin 2 pi fmt. Now this is the expression, right? And now this also I can change it as delta f by fm is equal to beta, which is equal to modulation index. Based on modulation index, we are going to achieve the classification in the frequency modulation. So we have two types of modulation. One is narrow band frequency modulation, wide band frequency modulation. That is all depending on the beta value. Fine. And now the finalized expression for singleton modulation S of t is equal to AC cos of 2 pi fct plus beta sin 2 pi fmt. Now this is the frequency modulated expression for singleton, right? So here we have seen three conditions. One is delta f, which is equal to kf into am. Another one is beta, which is equal to delta f by fm, and then fi, instantaneous frequency. So these three we should carefully understand. Thank you.